Well, this originally was the Ingersoll farm. Now this is way back in, well, 1800s, back in there. And then it was split up in two parcels between two brothers. See? So when my father bought it, he only bought the one parcel. Then later he bought the rest of it, but Perry owned that. I got some deeds there that shows you that. And he got it back together, you know, and so, because it was originally 100 acres or so when Ingersoll had it. In fact, Ingersoll, I think, owned quite a little land around here. I think he owned some more land down the Ingersoll Road down that way. There was a mill on the creek down there at one time. Water mill. They had a dam in there and a water mill in there. I just pick up this stuff from different things. The people that bought the property down there, they got that information from the deeds and stuff. See, and they had a right to put another dam in there if they wanted to. But anyway, as I say, Ingersoll, I think, owned quite a bit of land around here, but he owned this property, the Ingersolls. And it was split up between two brothers. And my father bought this parcel here. I think it was 60 acres. And the ground, they leached it right out. Like, weeds wouldn't even grow on it. It was so bad. The wind was blowing it like a desert over it, so it had to be all built back up. Well, it took us quite a little while to get it built back up. In fact, it was just idle land here. I don't know for how many years, but it was idle land just laying. There was some trees coming up on it here and there. And we took the trees out and got it back into agricultural. Couldn't grow no hay here. We used to have to go off somewhere over on hard ground and buy some hay in the summertime. Yeah, as I say, we built it up. Now it's producing all kinds of, hay and anything you want to grow on it. But you got to get that soil back up, you know. Father, well, he had a few cows when I was just a kid. But as I say, he had to go off some other farm and get some hay and haul it in here to feed his stock. But he got pneumonia. He had a farm up in Greenfield. He had pneumonia, one lung filled with fluid. Back then they didn't have antibiotics and stuff to take care of like they got today. Well, he only had 26 cows. We built that, well, I went in with him after I got out of school. And then we got things going. And he had a woodlot up in Greenfield because he had a farm up there before that he had to sell when he got pneumonia. And that's why he come out here and bought this little place. He got it cheap. It was just a little house up there in the hill. And for a place to live. And then he went to California. The doctors told him the cold weather wasn't good. He went to California, and I had a grandmother who was out there in California. So they went out there, and that lung all cleared up. He got into the Ellis Hospital, and they put a drain tube into his lung, drained the water out of it. Because it filled with water, you know. So anyway, they went out there, and in fact, he built a house out there. He supposedly sold this place to a guy, and he was holding the mortgage on it. And I guess all he got out of it was a little deposit. The guy moved out and abandoned it. So Back then, property this property around here wasn't worth much. You could pick it up for a few dollars. And today it's a different story. Today it's worth a lot of money. But anyway, they decided they'd come back and sell the place. And they were going to go back to California if they could sell the place. You know, they could never sell the place. So he grew some hogs and anything he could, you know, chickens and stuff like that, just to make a living. As I say, he didn't have, but anyway, he got by, yep, and one long, he lived into his 70s, so. Yeah, he had a few cows, and he was selling Perry down here where the trailer court is. That was the only working farm there was around here at the time when he come here. And they had dairy cows, and they was selling their milk in Saratoga. They bottled it up and sold it in Saratoga. They delivered it and bottled it, delivered it in Saratoga. And that's how they were doing. But that was the only working farm around here at the time. Actually, he didn't really buy it for a farm when he started out, because he had that lung. He had that pneumonia in his lung. And he just bought the house there. That's all he was interested in at the time, to live in. Because he had to sell the place he had a mortgage on that farm he had up in Greenfield. He had to sell that. So he had a little bit of money he got out of that, and so he picked this up just for a place to live. Yeah, so anyway, you see, he had a rough life. And I got the logs out. We had them sawed into lumber, and we built this barn up here. There was another smaller barn there, but well, there was only 6-8 stanchions in it, you know, it was just a little small barn. And we built this barn, and we had 26 cows in there, stanchions in there, 26. So, wow. Back in the 50s, 26 cows you could make a living on. You can't today. I could sell it, and I could get, oh my God, the money I've been offered for it. I can't use that money. What am I going to do with it? I haven't got no kids. See, I didn't get married until I was too old to have kids. And then I married a woman, she never had no kids.